Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. One of the richest countries in the world may just disappear off the map. And why do I say that? Because Elon Musk tweeted about this today, and I tweeted along with it. I have been talking in the local vernacular language Tamil about the threat to Kerala and Tamil Nadu, where population is growing lesser and lesser. I have been watching this with great alarm, but nobody takes me seriously. I'm very happy that Elon Musk has tweeted today on this. For the first time, Japanese population has dropped by 6.5 lakhs. There has been small declines all the way through, but this is a huge decline. And for the first time, their metropolis, Tokyo, which is their pride, and in Tokyo also there is a decline in population. That is, number of people living in Tokyo have declined for the first time. This is just becoming like the Parsis. It is going to be one of the saddest events in the world when Parsis disappear off the scene. There are less than 1 lakh Parsis. Parsis have contributed extraordinarily to the society. The Tatas, the Vadias, the Godreds, and we can go on and on. The Freddie Mercurys, the Zubin Mehtas of the world will disappear. But this is self-inflicted by the Zoroastrians because the religion for long was closed and they were too orthodox. But here, the story is completely different. In Japan, the reason why their population started to decline can be traced back to 1989 bubble. Once the bubble cracked, people didn't know what to do because there was huge speculation in real estate. And that speculation led to the burst of the bubble and the property market in Japan tanked. Most of the people had their wealth in real estate and also in stocks. The Japanese stock index cracked from 40,000 to single digits, that is 8,000, and has not gone anywhere near it so far. The property prices are nowhere near their high. Overall, there is gloom in Japan. Japanese companies went into tailspin. Companies like Sony and Toshiba and Sharp, which dominated electronics, no more are represent the cutting edge technology. When is the last time Sony has created a product that wowed the world? The company which introduced Transistor World, Walkman, Discman, the Sony Betamax, Handycam, PlayStation has stopped innovating. All this because the Japanese politicians did not fix the economy in time. And whatever they have done, they have not been able to push up growth. To push up growth, they should have printed money in the early stages. Just when nascent recovery was there 2 3 times, they hit the brakes too early. This has meant that Japan has gone into perpetual deflation. This meant the cost of bringing up children in Japan became very costly. If you remember or if you know Japanese history, they have these cramming exams where people have to study overtime, highly competitive to get into their lead universities. The whole Japanese post World War theory was you produce children, make them cram for exams, get into their top universities, and settle for a career. If you didn't go through this pace, your career was dead buried. So, in fact, the Japanese people worked too hard on that. And because the cramming process was very costly, people decided to have less children. And Japan started to age. There are stories of old people living alone, adopting toys as partners or humanoids as partners. Japan has further got into a tailspin. The disappearance of a society like Japan would be extremely disastrous for the world. Japan did not give us only electronics. Japan was the first Asian tiger, and Japan gave you Zen meditation. Kaizen, Zen, and Ikigai, all these are Japanese concepts. They took Buddhism, which came from India, and refined it into a huge subject. Most of what we know as Zen meditation and Shogun and other types of life came from Japan. Japan reflected a way of life. While all this is positive about Japan, Japan remained a xenophobic society. For many centuries, they lived in a closed world and did not allow outsiders to come in. When outsiders did come in, they were not allowed to go through. Till the Reformation era in the late 19th century, Japan did not mix with the rest of the world. But when did they mix with the world? They immediately became a world power. They occupied China and Manchuria and defeated Russia in a naval war in 1905. That signified the arrival of Japan. Japan ended on the wrong side of the war in 1940s and paid a heavy price because America dropped an atom bomb on that. Nobody has experienced that kind of tragedy that Japan has. But the will and the innovativeness of the Japanese people were proved because Japan came from there to become one of the most powerful nations to a point in the 1980s when the world thought Japan would replace America as the top nation in the world just because politicians could not handle one economic crisis properly and they could not reform their business and economic ministry in one time. Society began to decline and has continued to decline. As a society, they are xenophobes and they do not allow outsiders to come. That is the secret of America. If America has declining populations, then they import people from China, India, and Latin America to replace the population. So they allow people to come in. They have a H1B lottery system which gives them a diverse background. There is a danger that American English will not be the main language of America and it may be Spanish. But that so is life. That is the way a society has to learn to change. While other countries like France and England have xenophobia and have elected far right people in government to stop migration, America and Australia are two countries which have allowed migration big time. It is high time that Japan modified and allowed 2-3 million people to come in so that their society can be regenerated. Continuing to be a xenophobic society would mean that Japan will end. The politicians, instead of working on Japan, are kicking the can down the road. It will be very sad for the world if the Japanese culture goes the way of the Parsi cultures. It is too late to save the Parsis, but will it become too late to save the Japanese? Something which we have to wait and watch. Musk thinks it's already too late. I believe there is some hope. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this video, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we send out a video. Once again, kindly consider sharing this content with your friends and relatives. I thank you for supporting Be Rich. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.